Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Today we are going to do a check-in with the twin soul, twin flame journey. So if you identify as the divine masculine, we're going to be using the divine circus oracle cards with the butterfly oracle cards. And if you identify as the divine feminine, we're going to be using the shadows and light oracle as well as the magical mermaids. So let's get started. So for the divine feminine, we're going to get a general energy. Basically, we're just doing a check-in. So it's nothing that we're specifically asking other than what's on the journey, how's it been going, what can you tell us, universe, about this twin flame journey from the divine feminines. What can we offer for advice? What can we do to improve our situation, what's happening in our situation, what's coming in our situation. So we're going to see the current energy, upcoming, and in the quote-unquote future. So the first thing that I will point out 1,000% is that it's 999. I know it's 19, but it's 9, and then 3 plus 6 is 9. So that's the first thing that I will absolutely point out. Right off the top of my head, I definitely think somebody's maybe, I hate to say it in this way, but sort of maybe opening their eyes a little bit. There's definitely some healing going on, and I think that's obviously from heartbreak and you know, you might be inserting some dominance right now in the sense of like boundaries. You know, you might have had them violated and now you are sort of healing and putting them back in place. But okay, resting, definitely. Father healing, your personal power increases as you give any father related issues to heaven. More information is needed. Contact someone with expertise in the area. Ready, set, go. Now is a perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart desires and a blessed change. A major life change brings you great blessings. Bottom of the deck is make a decision. Feeling stuck or indecisive, listen to your intuition and make a decision. So I mean, that all kind of goes together, right? So the message is pretty simple, guys, and they sort of all cohere with each other. So there's definitely an ending, and if it hasn't ended, what the three witchy sisters are is something that happens once will happen twice, something that happens twice will happen 3 times, and something that happens 3 times is now complete. They're like the sisters of fate, and they bring lessons in threes until you learn them, basically. And just being at the bottom of the deck is make a decision and death of the maiden. This means that death is sort of, the way the card describes it is, you know, death is hoovering over her. It's sort of an unwanted touch. It's something that will suck the life right out of you, and that's also kind of what I'm getting here. So I think it's really, if this has already happened to you, I'm very sorry. Know that you are healing right now. The best thing for you is softness. So you want, you know, baths, you want fresh food, you want to dance, you want to, and I don't mean literally dance if you're not in the mood for dancing, I just mean music, soothing. You want softness right now, you know, cuddle on the couch, watch a movie, you know, with your favorite blanket or teddy. Something that I want to point out here is father healing. So it says your personal power increases as you give any father related issues to heaven. And you know what, guys, we all don't grow up in perfect households. I would be surprised to find somebody that did. And some of us have, as delicately as possible, you know, bigger issues than others. I myself, this hits, you know, very close to me personally. So I wanted to read you something from the book for this, which is something that you can say as a sort of an affirmation, you know, a little background on, you know, father healing, mother healing. When you have father issues, you are unable to accept, you know, gifts from the universe. It becomes very ungenerous, you know, kind of that outlook of it's never going to happen for me. And I have definitely, you know, I feel like I've forgiven my father fully, but I also feel like I get triggered and it comes up as well too. And I think the biggest thing for me personally is because so much of anything that I've gone through is very sort of private. There's maybe one or two people that have any clue that I even had sort of a, the rough upbringing that I did. And my dad and I had a very love sort of hate relationship because I was very abused by him, both mentally, physically, sexually, and for a long time. And so that's something that still sits on, my shoulders, and it's something that I live with. And I think that the more I am able to sort of express who I really am and where I really come from, the more I can sort of forgive and move on. Now, when it comes to actual forgiveness, my father passed away, and prior to him even passing away, I had forgiven him at least as best that I could. And so I want to share an affirmation with you, which is just, I now focus on the love that is the spiritual truth of my father, and I hereby balance any karma between us. I now let go of everything but the love and the lessons of my relationship with my father. And now, coming from somebody that has the experience that I have, it might sound weird to say that I forgive, I let go of any karmic, and I love. But the thing is that as messed up as, any situation is, the only thing that you can do at the end of the day, you're carrying that with you. He's now gone to, the other side for whatever it's worth. And to carry that on me is not ruining anybody's life but my own. And so if you're also going through anything like that, if you have any issues, if your dad wasn't there, if you also, had a rough upbringing with your father, if you have any sort of father related issues, I just want you to know that you're definitely not alone with it, regardless of what the issue is. And the more that you're able to forgive and sort of move on, and if you need to understand where, take time where someone was coming from, take time, meditate. But when you're done that, release. You have to release it. And if you have to talk to somebody, a therapist or, you know what I mean, anything like that, then do that, because it's okay. We need to talk about these things. We need to find our voice. And I'm not the only person that's gone through what I've gone through. And if I can help somebody else that is either currently going through something similar to get out of the situation quicker, faster, and more painless, then that's what I'm here for. And if somebody else is living in that sort of hellish past life, then let me, be the person that voices it, that says, hey, I went through this and I'm okay. And I had to do a lot of work in the process. And some things, unfortunately, you don't know a trigger is a trigger until it gets triggered sometimes, But with that being said, this is definitely a blessed change that's happening. So aside from any sort of father-related issues, if that's something you're currently going through, you're definitely healing from it. But I think that that's sort of the catalyst for maybe being in this relationship that you are now leaving behind. And I want to express in the best way possible that you need to do this in the most graceful way for you. And it doesn't mean that you have to be like, fuck you, I'm out. If that's your thing, absolutely, go about it. But I'm suggesting that perhaps a softer approach, just because something doesn't work out with somebody doesn't always make them, the evil person. Although with the energy that I'm feeling, it's definitely a bit of a drain on, I think, everybody. So something is definitely coming to an end. You may still have a little bit of another lesson to learn, but I don't think it's really necessarily in regards to the relationship. So I do want to say that it is time to make that decision, but it's a blessed change all the way around, and now is the time. So if you're seeing this message, it is your time to shine. I really, really just, again, encourage to heal, baths and soft blankies and movies, and you don't have to be go go go. We all have lives that we have to, you know, live. We all have responsibilities. But if you need to hire somebody to, if you're able to hire somebody to do something, have a friend come and help you out. If you're you know, if you're, you know, with a partner and they're able to sort of take a loan on whatever the case may be for you personally, now's the time to sort of do that. And it doesn't make you any less of a person to need to ask for help. It actually is going to strengthen you, because the more time you have for you and the more time you're able to sort of collect your thoughts and your feelings and just your being, the more helpful you are to the world. So whatever decision you're stuck with, like I said, if you are dealing with, you know, any father related issues, or if you are leaving a relationship, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship, I should say as well. When I say relationship, I mean if there is somebody in your life that is taking and not giving, if you feel disconnected from the situation in some way, if you feel like it's time deep down inside, you already know this, so I wouldn't be telling you something shocking or new. It would kind of be more like a, oh, you know. So if that person comes to your mind, whoever that is, that's who I'm talking about. And relationships come in all kinds of different, you know, forms and whatnot. So yeah, get some rest, mend that heart, but you're on that path already. And on that side, if you're not, then you need to make the decision. It's really time to, you know, ready, set, go. And it is a blessed change. So I'm not going to keep repeating myself, but that's what I see for the divine feminine. I just send you so much love and light and healing, and my information is in the box below. So if it's something that you would want to talk to somebody about, you can absolutely reach out to me at any time. But now we're going to switch over to the divine masculine and see what's up over there. Divine masculine, what is up? Oh, I guess we're about to find out. We're going to do 3 cards, which is just basically what you've gone through, what you're going through, and what is coming up. So let's get started. So what you've gone through, going through supernova, Alice, is what you may currently be feeling. A little fish out of water, a little new path, new exploring. And what is coming up? The Dark Harlequin. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Proud Parrot and Parrot. I'm sorry if I can't say that right. Sorry, not sorry. It's just human error. I don't know. And here, let's get a couple butterflies to give us a little bit more insight. Yeah, I'm really feeling that you might be really actually going through an awakening of some kind, feeling a little bit out of place, feeling like you're going down a new path, but you're not sure. You might be feeling a little bit nervous, but you're definitely... Okay, sorry, let me just do this before I lose my train of thought. Or, I mean, I lost my train of thought, so let me do this. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, definitely. Ooh, that's always nice to see. Windfall. Good for you, divine masculine. And here we have heavenly signs on the bottom of the deck. So let's get a feel for what's going on here. Definitely, yeah, definitely some changes being made for sure. I mean, it doesn't just take the... I think you're having some epiphanies. I mean, not... yeah, okay, it's realizations and epiphanies. Definitely some family changes going on, and... let's get into this here. Let me just quickly... Yeah, okay. So you know what? Definitely with where you're coming from to where you're going, you might feel a little bit, like I said, like you're going down a path that's very unfamiliar right now, and you really need to sort of keep the faith. You might be getting a lot of heavenly signs with the supernova and the heavenly, well, and the heavenly signs. And she, Captain Obvious, tell us some more. But definitely that's the feeling they get. Let me just take a second to sort of get the feel for these cards here, and let's dive into it. Yeah, so it's so, all of these cards are almost saying the same thing. So we'll take the sort of main message, which is something might be happening inside yourself. So you might be sort of losing your footing, but sort of gaining it at the same time. You know, you might be making some changes that feel really scary to you, but it's scary because of, you know, the outside factors. What's going on inside might be different, but the thing is we all go through things in life. If you choose to take a lesson from what you've gone through, then nothing is, I mean, I believe nothing is a waste regardless, but if you're taking something from it, then every part of your journey was meant to be. And so family changes can be scary. It can be announcing anything from, you know, a pregnancy to a move to, bringing somebody into the family. Lots of different things can come with, you know, family changes, but I think you're getting a lot of signs from, you know, whoever you believe in, heaven, the universe, etc., etc. And then I want to say definitely that the most important thing for you right now is to keep the faith, to trust in yourself and know that you are here with a purpose and for a purpose, and whatever's going on, the universe has your back in every way. And it can feel very, very scary to make changes, especially when it kind of goes against the grain a little bit. But I want you to know that you are extremely protected, and there is something inside yourself that definitely is wanting to come out. And so a supernova is like that burst of, you know, burst of energy, spirituality. Maybe it was an epiphany again, that just like aha moment where you're like, you know what? I have to do something. Like I've got that so many, you just have to, you know, make that change. You have to go down that path. You have to just have faith and sort of go blindly. There are times in life when I think it's okay to stop. It's okay to sit for a minute. It's okay to sort of go with the flow of life. But I don't think this is one of those times. I think that this is a time to say, you know, there is something inside yourself that is screaming to be heard, and you hear it and you're sort of ignoring it and or scared to move on it. But I also want you to know that you have good things coming your way. And so the windfall is obviously, well, I don't know if it's obvious, but the windfall is actually an increase in finances, but unexpectedly. So you might be paying off some bills or debt, or, you know, just an unexpected change in your finances, but in a positive way. And I just want to put it out there, not to put anything negative, but if it is even in a negative way, just know that you are protected and it's for a reason. I don't believe, I'm not getting that, but I did feel the need to say that. So maybe there's, you know, that doubt, but I think that you're moving with love for yourself and everybody else. And you know what? It's okay to have to leave things behind. Sometimes we all do, and it is scary, you know, but the universe is calling for you to listen to the inside, listen to your voice inside, listen to that epiphany or idea or aha moment that's screaming out to you, and listen to me, you know, listen to the signs from heaven, because they're there. And you know what? Memories you will always have. So regardless of anything that's happening, do it in the most graceful way possible. I said this to define feminine as well. And so if, you know, if this seems scary to you, then you're on the right path. You know, staying stagnant, it's only for so long. The universe is going to move you one way or another. And I feel like right now you have the power to sort of make those decisions, and it's empowering to do so. So whatever changes are coming your way, just know that you, your family, everybody involved in the situation is completely protected. And if you're following your heart, you're always going to do what's right. And that it's okay to put a blindfold on sometimes and go, but it's also okay to take it off and say, this is who I am. I'm not hiding anymore. You know, yeah, I'm definitely just, that's the main and really only message that I'm getting for this. So I think that as soon as I say you know what to do, I think you know what to do. And so I'm going to leave you with that and just wish you all the luck in the world with the windfall. I wish nothing but blessings on to you. You know, listen to those signs, because you're definitely getting them. But more so than signs, I think you're hearing it from within. So it's okay to not know. It's okay. Alice didn't know what was down that you know, rabbit hole. Didn't know what was going to happen next. It was all foreign, and yet here we have a beautiful movie slash story slash adventure that lives on. And had she not taken that, you know, so keep that in mind. And no matter what's happening, just know that you're absolutely protected. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you guys soon. Namaste.